Jerry Renard.
What's going on, my people, and welcome to the SN95 Power channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Now, I know retro headlights are kind of a thing in the SN95 community, and I've never really gotten into that. And I'm really just starting to do some research on this, but the reason why a lot of people are doing retro headlights is because the lighting output out of the stock headlight assembly is horrible. Now, on this red car, I have a one-piece projector headlight assembly, and that's from Raxium. And I must say, that thing was almost $200 at the time, and the lighting output is horrible. I'm going to do a little demo on it later on in this video, but I like to run a blackout headlight cover on my car. It gives it a super aggressive look, and it just goes with the red and black theme of this car. The problem is, at nighttime, there's zero visibility with that headlight assembly. So I went with the one piece because it actually has two bulb assemblies in it. It has a high beam and a low beam and separate outputs. One is a projector and one is a reflector. And I'm going to show you how trash this is. It's not even in stock form because I have an LED bulb in this setup right now. And I'm going to take apart the OEM headlight assembly. Now, this is an aftermarket one I have. It's not the original. And it's, from my research so far, it's a little bit harder taking apart the aftermarket ones because of the adhesive that they use. But we're gonna kind of play around a little bit and try to figure out which route I wanna go. If I wanna stay with the one piece or go with the OEM style, the two piece. Now, I can say, the one-piece headlight assembly, the fitment is horrible on that. It's not as obvious because, like I said, I have that headlight cover, so it kind of hides the alignment issue. But if I did not have that headlight cover, I would 100% go with the OEM two-piece style. So let me show you what I have going on today. So what we have right here is the OEM style headlight assembly. It's a reflector style assembly. What people do is they take this apart and they put a projector in it, and that's what, you know, the retro projector headlight assembly craze is. You know, if you hear about snake eyes, dragon eyes, or you know, you can really get creative on how you can retrofit a modern headlight bulb into this. So what we're going to try to do is take this apart and try to figure out how I can put a projector inside this headlight assembly. Now let me show you what's currently on the car. Currently on the car is what we call a one-piece headlight assembly. Now I can't see which one is which, but I think this is a projector bulb right here, and this is a reflector setup. Now the headlight, what would you call that? The headlight beam line, if that's the technical word for it, but how your light from your headlight assembly is outputted. You know, modern cars, you know, with a modern headlight, they have like a cutoff line for your lights from your headlights. The old halogen style, reflector style is just kind of like a blob of light that kind of just sits out there. So that's one of the benefits of going to a projector style is you get a really defined light pattern where there's a nice cutoff and you can adjust that cutoff line higher or lower. You know, if you have a low sitting car, you know, it's not as important to really focus that headlight pattern down as opposed to, you know, a regular ride height car, because you can potentially blind, not really blind, but obstruct oncoming traffic by, you know, your headlights. So I'm going to show you how this output is. I'm going to show you how the stock headlight assembly output is. Now, I don't have the OEM halogen bulb. I believe this side is, like I said, reflector. I have LEDs on both of these, and I have a LED. Actually, I do have an halogen bulb for the stock headlight assembly. So let's, first of all, let's take apart the stock two-piece headlight assembly, and after that, we'll go and test these different headlight assemblies. All right, here's these. This is not an OEM two-piece headlight, but it's a aftermarket one. Trying to get the oven up to 212 degrees actually. And this is the first heat cycle in the oven. And looking back at the video, I think really the first mistake is not getting the oven up to 270 degrees. So actually I was trying to get the part up to 212 degrees. And you'll see on a couple of scans, was kind of taking this in and out of the oven, and I got up to 212 degrees finally, and it helped loosen up the adhesive. But to really make it easy to get this adhesive off, the part has to be at least 270 degrees. So I just recently redid all this with the passenger side, or the other headlight, and I got the temperature up to 270 degrees. And you see that I kind of peeled back the plastic to get to the adhesive. Now I did have to do that the second time, but once I made that initial peel back, I was able to really access the glue and kind of just really separate it without altering the housing. So in the right there, you can see I'm kind of peeling back the housing to get to the glue, and that's really just because I didn't have the part temperature high enough. So right here, this end piece, even when I had the part up to like 270 degrees, this was still a hard part to get out for whatever reason. Maybe they really put some extra adhesive right there. But once I got it up to temperature and made that initial break of the glue, it was way easier peeling this off. And, you know, kind of looking back at this right now, I can see why I struggled. The adhesive wasn't as pliable as at 212 as opposed to 278. So if you're doing this, make sure you get the adhesive up to 278. And also, the second time around, I used a heat gun also to help supplement some extra heat. So we were able to get this glue off. We were able to get the lens off, but this glue, we're gonna have to put this back in the oven and get this glue off. Now that I'm doing more research on this, it should have really got the temperature of the oven up to 270 degrees. There was this little reflector piece that was sitting over here that actually the beam comes out of the bulb and reflects around the housing. You just take that off. There's like a little Phillips screw that was on that thing. Took that off. So we're gonna set this aside, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start testing the output in the beam patterning. Now this is a Raxium headlight assembly, one piece for the SN95 Mustang. We have H1 bulbs on the projector. We have H1 bulbs on this reflector right here. I can tell you with the blackout headlight cover I have on this car, there at nighttime, there's hardly any output. Now, these are LED bulbs, and I have another LED bulb for the two-piece style headlight that we're gonna throw into the other housing, and we're just gonna take a look at these beam patterns, and I'm gonna make a decision on which one I'm going to use. If I think the beam pattern is better out of the two-piece headlight assembly We're going to continue to modify this to get a projector in there. But if the beam pattern is better with this assembly, then I think we might upgrade this to a HID setup instead of the LED. So let's get the, other thing I'm gonna do is use this battery to test the lights, cut the lights off in the garage, and take a look at the beam patterns. All right, so here is the pattern, and this is the one-piece headlight assembly. And this is the projector bulb right there. And that is our beam pattern. So just to be fair, I just want to make sure that maybe I might have the orientation of this bulb incorrect. So let me see if I can flip this around and get a better beam pattern. Okay, I flipped the bulb around and I think that might be a little bit better. Still not a very good defined headlight line or pattern. Now let me show you the reflector side of this. Okay, what's so funny is I didn't even realize that this was on. So yeah, this is the beam pattern. It's actually a real big circle. So it really does nothing. So the projector side gives a nice cutoff pattern. This reflector side is just a blob of light. It's really not doing anything for your driving experience. All right, so this is the stock housing, the reflector style. And it's bright, but there's no headlight pattern. There's no cutoff. It's just a blob of light like you kind of would expect from a reflector style. It's a very old design, and it's just basically used to light up an area. You know, it's not going to really point your beam pattern down at the road. It's just kind of throwing light out there to light up an area. All right, and this is the LED bulb. All right, here's a couple of things. I don't really think this is a good projector. And I don't think no matter, and I don't think no matter what kind of bulb I get in here, the headlight pattern is not going to be crisp with this projector. This little reflector thing right here is just a waste of energy. Like it really does nothing for your driving outside of being able to see something that's maybe 3 feet in front of you. But I think I'm going to stick with the OEM two-piece housing. We're going to work on getting some kind of projector into that right there. I have another spare one like this. I have 2 new ones of these two-piece styles, and I have 2 spares of these. So I'm using these to experiment on as far as taking it apart. As far as what brand projector I'm going to go with, we'll come back to that on another video. I'm not going to do anything exotic to this. I'm not going to go with Hellfire eyes or anything like that. I just want the best beam pattern, the brightest and the best beam pattern I can get out of this headlight assembly. So if you have experience retrofitting projectors in these headlights, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what projectors that you went with. Tell me what size projector that you went with. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of people using the minis, but I see more minis on the new edge style headlight assembly. There might be enough room to get a larger projector on these early SN95 two-piece style headlights. So I'm kind of excited to go down this journey. I'm, for right now, hopefully I can have this done before the KRW Performance Cars and Coffee. If you don't know anything about that, I'm going to leave a link to the video I made somewhere around here. That's not my middle finger, y'all. This is this finger. And I would hope that the SN95 community will come out and take over this Cars and Coffee. It's a great little spot. If you want to rev, burn out, send it, you can do that. No sliding, no blocking off the streets, please. But we can come out here and have a little fun. So if you want more information about that, shoot me an email or DM me at my Instagram page at SN95 Power. I'm really looking forward to seeing a good show out of the SN95 community and hopefully just the Mustang community in general. So tell a couple of people about this event if you can make it. I would love to see you. Would love to get your car on film. And hey, yeah, I appreciate y'all rocking with me on this video. Until next time, God bless.